Aloha, Susan Wilesmith here from AlohaVeda Spa, situated in Maui. So today a little snippet of information that came up for looking at was the red pill or the blue pill. Remember that movie? So I was just chatting with the client. We're doing a little consultation, trying to get her to understand the doshas a little more in regard to understanding anxiety and different things that comes up with vata. So when you've got vata, the wind element, when that starts getting activated, it blows over pitta, which is the fire element. And pitta is like, it's like a little protector for the wind, because fire needs wind to actually be a fire. You can't have a fire without blowing wind over the fire, it starts the fire going. But you don't want it to go up too high because it can create a lot of imbalances. So when vata comes up with too much movement, communication, worry, stress, anxiety, panic attacks, these sort of things, it'll blow over the fire. Then the fire comes up, and then you have a nice little ego going on with pitta, with the fire element. It's like the soldier, the ego, trying to protect the vata. So it will come up and it'll start blaming, judging, criticizing. This is a negative part of pitta, obviously. So if vata comes up and it triggers something emotional that needs to be looked at, like something from the subconscious field comes up into the present moment, you grab onto the earth element of kapha to ground out the wind element so it doesn't escalate. So that means creating stillness, because kapha is like a rock, or it's like the earth, and so it's still in nature. So creating that stillness so the wind doesn't escalate, therefore it doesn't blow over the fire and create too much heat in the body, which is emotional heat too, as well as inflammation in the body. So when you have a stable vata, the fire doesn't get doesn't get overactivated. That way you create the stillness in vata, and you can actually get through that experience a little bit more gracefully without throwing all the doshas out, because everything will get affected, vata, pitta and kapha, with an escalated vata. So it's like the red pill or the blue pill. What I meant by that was, it's either when there's vata out of balance, there's generally fear that's getting activated, and we can't get rid of fear. Fear is constantly with us because we are going to die, and there is this undercurrent of fear, right? It's just there. So, it's good to have fear. Everything's healthy in its balanced state. So when fear comes up, it can escalate you wanting to control something, control yourself or control somebody else, or control the environment, or it's just control. Or you can have courage. So it's C and C. So with courage, you're bringing in the more of a positive aspect of, being a little bit more graceful. You're showing up, you're being accountable, being discerning, there's humbleness, and you're going to action in a different way to control. If you go into control, then generally you're trying to control yourself or somebody else. And the other thing we talked about was how you talk to yourself is like looking at yourself as like a godliness, or like if you had a best friend and you're talking to your best friend as you talk to yourself, sometimes your best friend probably wouldn't be your best friend. So, your best friend is yourself. So communicating to yourself and how you go about your day-to-day living is super important, to do it with kindness and love and humility. Okay, so that was our little journey today. I hope that helps.